Clear and concise communication is a critical aspect of our success model. And it's really important that we focus on thinking about the way that we're communicating and how those messages we send are received. So today I want to focus a little bit on business communications and specifically how we communicate in email. Years ago, I think communication was probably a little bit easier before everything was digital. People used to pick up the phone or meet in person, and you could see body language and kind of understand the nuances of how your message was being received. In a digital age, it's a little bit harder, and I want to show you some examples to give you a sense, and I'm going to show you the different points of view that you may come across. So I'm going to share an email example. This is an email that Ashley had sent me as an example. And the email says, "Pete, are you going to be on time for the meeting at 11 today?" And I think this is a great example because you could read this a lot of different ways. She could be just asking me, "Are you going to be on time?" And she's trying to coordinate and plan. But I could also read into this message knowing that sometimes I'm late to meetings. She could be calling me out and giving me a little bit of snark in her message. So it's a great example of how messages can be received. She's not sure how I'm going to take this, and all the best intentions in the world, someone can read into something that isn't there. So that's important to think about in an email. As another example, if I were sending an email to someone, if I was sending an email to Michael, for example, about traffic at a property. In this example, I have a subject line of traffic, and I address him as MJU, and I say, "I know we need more traffic at Sandalwood Village. We'll do what we can. Sandwich boards, if that's what it takes, LMFAO," and a bunch of smiley faces. As you can probably guess, there's a lot of things wrong with this email. I'm addressing the CEO of our company. I should probably be a little more professional in my introduction. Maybe that should say, "Hello, Michael." I'm also not committing by saying we'll do what we can. Using acronyms, especially inappropriate ones like LMFAO, and adding smiley faces is not a great way to communicate. And probably if I sent this to Michael, he would think that I'm crazy or am losing my mind. A better approach may be to send him something that looks more like this, where I start with, "Hi, Michael." Often that softens a message when you have a more professional introduction. In this message, as you'll see, I'm actually outlining, we understand this is a priority. I'm explaining what we're doing. I'm giving him a timeline. I'm offering to provide more information if needed. I say thanks at the end. It's nice to just put a little something professional there, whether that's best or thank you or whatever is comfortable for you. I would also take a look at this subject line. People get a lot of email, so I probably want to actually make this a little more clear. And maybe it's traffic initiatives at Sandalwood Village, for example, so he knows exactly what he's going to get in this message. So just two quick examples for you to consider in your communication on making sure that you're getting your message across. And just as quick tips in communication, pick up the phone. Oftentimes there's miscommunication and people aren't completely understanding your message in email. So if you're not clear, make a phone call. Know your audience. When I'm sending that email to Michael, maybe that's appropriate to send to someone else on the team, but not appropriate for that audience. Give the benefit of the doubt. Oftentimes when you receive an email, someone's intentions were good and you may just not take it that way. You're having a bad moment, having a bad day. So give people the benefit of the doubt. Understand that everyone's trying to work together and get things done. So you don't need to fire something back. If you feel like you need to discuss it, call them and have that discussion. When I'm sending email and communicating with folks, I always try to think from their perspective, how are they going to receive this message? Are they going to read something into this that isn't there? So before you hit send, try to think about how is this person going to receive this and how are they going to interpret it? So just a couple of quick tips and guidelines on communication. We do so much business communication every day in our jobs. So this will be important for you to consider and think about as you go about your day, and wish you more success with these little tips. Thanks for watching.